A viral clip just days after her husband's tragic passing. That's when the debate starts. Fatty says everybody grieves different.
Everybody on this panel react different to grief, but if somebody right now had a heart attack and died, that will shake us for a few days.
But Opulent 6 isn't buying it.
Fatty, with all due respect, it's not that my analogy was bad, it's that you have a rudimentary. Allow me to rebuttal. You have a rudimentary.
No. I just want to make sure you want to make it personal. Let's go there. No.
And that's where it explodes.
I grew up without a father because he was dead, homeboy. But what
That's the point.
Let me finish. You keep interrupting me, but you want me to be brief. You won't even let me get a full sentence.
No, that's the point. If you was dead, how would you cry?
Listen, Linda.
Go ahead, Annabella.
Now, it's not about grief anymore. After that, parents get brought up.
I watched my father take his last breath.
Funerals get mentioned. And it turns into chaos.
If you make my mother and my father a topic, then I'm going to be allowed to speak. You don't disrespect my family like that.
Wait. No. Stop.
Now it's ego versus ego. Fatty, Opulent 6, and neither one backs down.
We don't know what was spilling on Erica Kirk. We know what was in him. We know what was inside of him. And the only thing that you can spill out is the things that are in you. If you are hateful, you're hateful. You can aim that hate at anyone, your wife, your cousin, the person at the gym. Therefore, and I'm just speaking in general and making this a case because it's possible, because none of us know. So I can only surmise. But if he had this kind of hate in his heart, that's all that could spill out. And we don't know what kind of relationship him and his wife had behind the veil of social media. Now, we don't have videos from her for the first 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Like the person at the gym, you was sad for that 1 day, 2 day. Maybe them 3 to 4 days, she was in tears because she's crying for her children. They lost their father. But on the 5th day, I don't feel that bad because of what was happening to me. And all I'm saying is that we should also make that a possibility if we're just going to surmise. Again, because I have no idea, but I know you can only spill out what's inside of you. And I know from what I've seen and what I've heard, the guy is supercilious, malignant, malevolent, and malicious in his approach. And you can only pull out of something or what's in, at their nucleus.
So, Six, it's not that I disagree, but your analogy was not good, because if you saw the uncle get shot down in front of you, you would be traumatized probably for the at least you will wake up sweating like she saw her husband bleed out in front of. No, I'll pass you the microphone, but I'm saying, like, it's not that you heard about it, like there were people that saw that and were traumatized for months, crying, YouTubers crying, people that supported him that was deeply hurt for weeks and probably still kind of a little bit. Like, she recovered in 5 days. There's the father of her kids, there's her husband. Like, this is somebody that she, like, this is like some psychopathic type of behavior.
Can I say something real quick?
Absolutely. I just want to say this, and then you got it. Everybody on this panel react different to grief, but if somebody right now had a heart attack and died, that will shake us for a few days.
Well,
somebody right now live had the heart attack and just poof, and we found out that they're not here. Like, we would feel some way about it, and we don't even know each other like that. So imagine you see your husband getting put down like that, and you are telling me, "Oh, everybody grieves different." No, either she a psychopath or she was implied. She was implicated on what happened there. You can tell me otherwise. Six, Jay, and then we have Lucky to if your microphone works. Sure.
So,
can you hear me?
Yes, you're good now, Lucky. Yes.
Fatty, with all due respect, it's not that my analogy was bad. Is that you have a rudimentary
We doing it again? Okay. No, you
Listen,
got it. You got it. You got it.
allow me to rebuttal. You have a
No.
rudimentary.
I just want to make sure you want to make it personal. Let's go there.
No.
Go ahead. You got it.
Well, you tell it. It has to be personal because my analogy was bad, and that's a personal. So
No.
if you don't
No. So
listen,
respectful. No. I talk about
allow
your
me to land.
analogy, not you. That's not
No,
personal.
listen. I'm gonna need you to do this.
I get everybody grieves differently, but what Erica is doing is it's weird, right? It's not normal. I mean, and I get it, oh well, you got some people who can, have a loved one pass in their family and they only grieve for a couple of days and then they move on. And I think that happened. That has happened before. We've had plenty of people who just move on. Like he'd be like, dang, did you even grieve at all? But the way she's grieving and the way she's kind of just getting over stuff, shout out to Candace Owens because she's exposed and all of that good stuff. But what bothers me when people say, when people grieve differently, it's just because, like, for me, a lot of times that I saw it coming from women, I mean, it really comes from a place of they just want to excuse some piss poor behavior. Like, let's just keep it a bean. A lot of times when you would hear, like, the Me Too movement was a great example where you would have women coming out 50, 60 years later talking about what happened a long time ago. And then you just asking them, well, why didn't you say anything before? The first thing that you start to hear a lot of people say is, well, people grieve differently. You don't know how they were grieving. You don't know. Maybe now they just wanted to come out about it. And that stuff to me always bothered me because I'm like, bro, that's cap. Like, that's cap. We're too old for that. We're way too old for that. So I can somewhat shoot Opulent 6 some bail, but also at the same time, I mean, like, we kind of already get how brother, we already get how that brother is, man. And, a lot of people are saying, bro, panders to women, right? And I feel like he's just one of those guys who, I don't know, man, like he straddles the fence, right? But he's masking how he really feels and his true intentions with being a part of Red Pill or taking Red Pill talking points. I mean, like, look at the dude. I mean, the dude think he is this Spider-Man meme. That's so funny, bro. And this is why, like, people who live this kind of lifestyle just kind of puts a target on their back, and when they start to talk the way they talk, I mean, you just kind of put yourself in a hole. But let's continue.
Because you are smart. No.
This.
So I will do it. So let me actually tell you something, right? No. One second. No, one second. So this is why you sounding smart actually is not make you smart. Let me tell you exactly what it is, right? I talk about your analogy, not on you personally, right? And you talk about my lack of understanding, which is actually a personal attack. So rudimentarily, elementarily, you are wrong. I didn't attack you.
Allow me to.
Your analogy is wrong. Just because you feel personal about that doesn't mean that I actually attack you personally.
Right now you're doing this.
I know, but that's what you do. Hey, 6. Nobody on this panel talks more than you. Nobody. You run your mouth. So now that we are set, hey, sir, I will allow you to go uninterrupted. I just want to point out to the crowd that just because people can I finish and then you got it uninterrupted, I promise. I just want to point to the crowd that I didn't attack this man personally, but because he's so smart and he does the poses and the glasses and all that, all of a sudden he wants to make it personally. So go ahead, Opulent, the 6th number of the Arabic numeration. Go ahead, you got it.
Allow me to introduce some common sense to the conversation. You are displaying a rudimentary understanding of emotion. Not only that, you have a very ethnocentric understanding of how people grieve. Grief is different.
Ethnocentric?
You just said that you was gonna.
That's not even how you use that word.
You keep there is no such thing as big words, just small brains, fatty.
That was a nice comeback.
Oh man, hey, I love you.
Hey. You gave an analogy and you said if somebody got their brains blew out, we will all feel something right here. Well, I can tell you, I will feel nothing. I'm semi-emotionally and unavailable. I've lost too many people in my life, to my mother, to my brother, to my father, to a daughter, where I don't feel those type of emotions. So even your analogy from a personal standpoint, I know that's wrong, which is why I'm trying to tell you your understanding is rudimentary. And that's not necessarily a diss if you understand what rudimentary means, but it's also based in your ethnocentric point of view, which is dangerous because the world is different and everybody grieves different. And I also said that you don't know how that he treated her. So the first 5 days, she may 4 days, she may have been emotionally distraught. She may have felt despondent. We wasn't there, but for her children, because maybe she wasn't romantically into him. Maybe she did not have a healthy relationship with him. We don't know. We're all surmising. So I'm just introducing something that no one else here probably thought about, because everybody, that's why I said we got to slice it up 3 ways. Maybe because from what I've seen, I don't know him personally, he's kind of supercilious and he's kind of malignant, and whatever is in you will spill out of you. How do we know that his household was not hostile as it pertains to them, and that the loving husband and wife was just a veneer? We don't know that. So the first 4 days, which we have no evidence on how she grieved, maybe she did grieve, but just grieved for her children losing their father. But on day 5, I don't really care because I don't really rock how you was treating me. I don't know. I'm just saying it's possible. But to put everybody in one box and say everybody grieves the same or has to have this level of grief is ethnocentric. It displays a rudimentary understanding of emotions because everybody grieved differently. I didn't cry at my father's funeral at all, but I cry every single morning. I wake up out of nowhere for my mother. Other than that, I'm emotionally detached because I had so many. I expect loss. I have a healthy relationship with death. We all gonna die. Earth is having a yard sale. Everything must go. You know what I mean? That's why we got to cherish everything we got when we got it, because we're just borrowing it. Nothing is yours. So what if Erica has that kind of understanding, also had a tumultuous relationship, also was money driven, and their relationship was more focused on making money and living in decadence than it was romance and family legacy? I don't know. I'm just introducing this as evidence, but for you to just rule it out all the way and say it's a bad analogy, it just demonstrates that you don't understand the nuance of emotions. That's all I'm saying. I yield the floor,
Sure. So
and I'm
so
focused.
real quick. So this is why you get caught, right? You're not talking with the amateur right here, right? I see you talk, and I will literally collect every word that you say. Didn't you say on the show on Ali when you're fighting Fantastic that you didn't have a father grow up? Why the fuck are you bringing your father when your mama, like I say, oh, I cried when my mama, but respectfully, sir, respectfully, if your wife died tomorrow and you didn't cry nothing and you be talking like that woman talking, there's something wrong with your head.
I
Respectfully.
kind of want to
So,
piggyback off that,
so
Blue.
Well,
I want to.
let me
So one
rebut.
second, please.
Allow,
I want to ask you something quick, and please don't go on a ultra trepidarious monologue. Okay? If your wife got shot, is not just passing away. If she was brutalized like this man was, would you be grieving 5 days later, or you be just chilling
Hey,
because you saw a lot of that in your life?
the world don't stop just because your wife get killed.
Did
well,
I
let
say
me
that the world stops?
The world
allow me
doesn't
to
stop.
speak.
Did I say that the world stops?
Allow me to speak.
Yeah,
First
no,
of all,
but
Fatty,
hey,
But you
you take a
the
six,
lot
grieving
please
of
be
process is
short.
rough, and you still have to
Six,
continue
please
your
be
life.
short. Six,
I will be,
please.
for the sake of brevity, I will keep it short if you allow me to speak without interrupting, like I
I
do.
got you. Go ahead then.
I grew up without a father because he was dead, homeboy. But what you
That's the
don't know,
point.
let me finish. You keep interrupting me, but you want me to be brief. You won't even let me get a full
No,
sentence out.
that's
Why
the
are you
point.
mad?
If you was dead, how would you cry?
Listen, Linda.
Go ahead,
I
Annabella.
watched my father take his last breath, and no one knows that but my wife. I saw him pass. I knew what happened, but when I showed up at the funeral, I just didn't feel anything. My mother was on drugs till I was 27 years old. Yet still, when she died, I cry every morning. The way everybody handles grief in their relationship will hinge upon how they deal with it. And nothing you say can pause or suspend that reality. And making word salads and conflating a bunch of different truths and adding a nugatory of truth doesn't make everything you say true. And when you become bombastic and use these schematics, it doesn't make you sound intelligent either. You may have the floor.
How old are you when your dad died?
5.
How old are you when your mama died?
Woo. 35.
So you had 5 years of goo goo gaga. I can barely walk. I can barely understand nothing with your dad. And you had 30 something years of non-liberal teenager, grown up man attached to a woman type of thing. Are you stupid? Are you dumb? Don't you understand that a baby can understand grief like a grown up can? It's not because they were different. It's because you wasn't attached to your dad the same way you were attached to your mom. So now that we got that out of the way, you are going to answer. You now that we got that out of the way. Now that you got, hey sir, I told you to stop.
If you make my mother and my father a topic, then I'm going to be allowed to speak. You won't disrespect my family like that.
Wait. Stop. No. So, hey, this is the second time that you mischaracterized me. First one, you said that it was a public attack. Now you're saying that I talk bad about your parents. How? How did I talk bad about your parents? I'm saying one died early, so you didn't attach to him, and another died late, so even though they might have some problems, you got attached to them. How am I disrespecting your parents? This is crazy. What's going on here? Like, what the hell is this?
I think he's froze.
I know. I'm waiting for him to come back.
Okay.
Imagine saying that your mom is hooked on drugs. I would have all the opportunity to go there. I didn't go there. And now you're disrespecting my parents, so I have to talk.
First of all, you throwing too many big words at me. Okay, now, because I don't understand them, I'm going to take them as disrespect. Watch your mouth.
And this is what I'm saying about people that sound funny, friends. You have to understand exactly what they're saying. This man has no comprehension skills at all. How many times I'm going to say something, and because he's an emotional man, he gets on his feelings. He thinks me attacking an analogy or the way that he talk, you attacked an analogy, so you as a personal attack. How is that a personal attack? So nobody can say nothing now.
You didn't attack his parents. You just brought him up, and I think he just wanted to respond.
No, I didn't. He brought it up.
Well, let's say you were still talking about him.
No, JB, correct what you said. Who brought his parents? He said, okay, my parents died and I have 2 different reactions. And I said, you had 2 different reactions because one died when you were young and another one died when you were older. How is that me talking about his parents when he brought his parents up?
You weren't talking about him. I think maybe his emotions came into the conversation about just the parent talk. And
he just said he was a psychopath. He just said he didn't feel no emotions because it's all a lot of death. Why is he get only feelings on a YouTube panel? If he saw this much amount of death and now he's a winter soldier, my heart, I got my, like what is the Icebox song from Omarion?
I got my eyes.
Right? And all of a sudden I'm talking with you on YouTube and you get on your feelings because I attacked.
Me personally, I feel like Opulent 6 is Yada Awakening, but maxed as Red Pill, in my opinion, you know. But like I said, when it comes down to this grieving stuff, people grieve differently, yes, but you know, once again, you got to really watch out because it's mainly women who do this, right? But you really got to watch out for people who say, well, people grieve differently, because all they're doing is just excusing piss poor behavior. That's all they're doing. That is all they're doing. When you have your women who sat over here and found a whole nother man after their husband died, right? You're just like, how in the world is this? Like, what in the world? That stuff don't make sense. But they will tell you, well, people grieve differently. Maybe she just got over it. And it's like, well, no. There's just no way you just get over your husband after he dies and all of a sudden you move on. There's just no way. But I mean, hey man, listen, a lot of people will be disingenuous and they will be in denial, right? Until you can actually catch them in the act. And shout out to JB Reacts that he's up there, man. You know, I mean, you know, he's not trying to, you know, play both sides. He's just simply saying, hey man, listen, this is the way I see it, right? And the situation between, you know, Fatty and Opulent, like it was just wild. But once again, it's because Opulent tries to come off as, I would say, somewhat condescending to some degree, right? To some degree. I'm pretty sure that's how Fatty felt, you know. But I mean, once again, y'all guys, let me know down below what do y'all guys think. Do me a huge favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. Till the next one.